Hey there, it is Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Well, the doctor is in, and he says that we're some of his favorites, Dan. Well, I got to say that he's one of our favorites as well.
Definitely.
Dr. Barry Howard, lead pastor at Church at Wyuka. Doc, how are you?
Hey, guys. Good morning. Doing great. Good to see you both. You're both looking good.
I don't know. I mean, is your computer working right?
Hey, I understand Rick had a big anniversary this past week. So, Rick, happy anniversary to you and yours. But I saw what must be a mistake on the number. It said something like 40 years. You must have married when you were in middle school.
Aw.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Doc. My my wife, if she were here, she would appreciate that very much. 40 years. I don't know how long you've been married. You've been married quite a while as well, haven't you?
37. And,
30.
So right behind you there.
Yeah, and I know this is going to sound cliche, right? But doesn't it happen like that? You wake up one morning and you're like, we're celebrating 40. Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, I can't, I think you're in the same boat, but I outkicked my coverage when I'm married. So it's made for a wonderful adventure. And marriage is one of the best things that happen to me besides becoming a Christ follower.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's talk, since you brought up about anniversaries and getting together with families. We love doing that, and I know you do as well. You and the kids getting together, you and your wife and your kids getting together for Christmas. Do you do it there where you are, or do you travel? What's the deal?
Well, guys, you may recall that though we don't have children of our own, we feel like we've got 100 around the world.
Yeah.
And we have 23 nieces, nephews, great nieces, nephews, and we saw some of them Thanksgiving. We'll see some other ones during Christmas. But we sort of, everything about Christmas is focused on activities at church, big Christmas Eve service. And then we'll see a few family members on Christmas Day and the days following. So years ago, before our parents passed away, we tended to get together in one location. But now the younger families want to stay in their homes for Christmas, which we understand. So we sort of make the rounds and see them and do a lot of FaceTiming.
Yes, yeah.
FaceTime was a wonderful invention, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's how we're able to keep up with our grandson, even though he's 7 hours away, and we just can't get them to move back down here. They're not thinking about us; they're thinking about themselves, and it's just. But anyway, so what you got, guys got going on at Church at Wyuka? I see you've got a new sermon series for the Advent season, the Advent of Light and Love. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, we launched a series this past Sunday, and very excited about the second week. Also, this week we're looking at John's Gospel. Love the way where the incarnation's worded in the message, where it talks about when God came into the neighborhood, and really speaks to the authenticity of Jesus taking on human form. And Advent's just a great time. The little church I was raised in was a wonderful place, but our Christmas calendar was basically putting up the Christmas tree, having the church Christmas play, and then Santa visiting after the Christmas service. Years ago, I became a part of churches that observed Advent, which slowed the pace down tremendously and focused on this anticipation of receiving the Christ child all over again. So here at Wyuka, we have the new sermon series. We're lighting the Advent candle. This past Sunday evening, we started the Advent series with a great concert by the Georgia Festival Choir. I know they're going to be at Johnson's Ferry tonight, but we were really proud to host them. And they raised the rafters in the sanctuary here. And what a great start to Advent. Sunday week, we have a Blue Christmas service at the end of our worship time. It used to be a Sunday evening time, but I think that's also an important part of Christmas because so many need a way to express their memories for loved ones who've gone on to be with the Lord. So after worship, we'll stay in the worship space and invite those who've lost loved ones to come and read a scripture, share memory, call the name of their loved one, and light a candle in memory during these Blue Christmas moments. And then we have a multi-generational Wyuka Christmas scheduled for the 18th, where our reformed adult choir and our youth and children will all be singing. And then, of course, the big Christmas Eve service on the 24th. Two of them, actually, one at 5 o'clock indoors with candles and carols. And then last year, we started a new tradition, sort of an outdoor carol sing on the front porch where we're singing out to the community. And we look to expand that even more this year.
Wow, that'll be cool.
Dr. Barry Howard, Church of Wyuka, some great stuff going on there. Check them out and show up and see what's going on in person and a lot of people have migrated back and enjoying times of fellowship. And this is just the perfect season. If you've been thinking about it, well, do more than think. Just check it out, Church at Wyuka there on Peachtree Road. Doc, you've been there now. I think we had a conversation last year, but you've been there now a couple of years. And really with an emphasis on just reaching out to the community, and we love that. I have never heard of the Blue service. I think that's amazing.
Yes,
that's simply awesome, because it's tough on everyone that people that have lost folks. But during this season is a very, very hard time, because Christmas comes every year, and it's like, wow, they're not here with me. So thank you so much for thinking out of the box, you guys, you and your team, and doing that. The last couple of years, a lot of movement forward. What's God been telling you about 2023 as you continue to lead the ship there?
Well, I think there's maybe a twofold response to that, Rick. One is, I think, what God is doing around the world, and certainly around the country, and then the ways we see God working here at Wyuka, very similar. The last couple of years, the church has been in a paradigm shift for a number of years. The last couple of years have really accelerated that change, and everyone's figuring it out, and that's okay. I think that when someone says they don't know exactly what's going to be happening 5 years from now, that's a good, honest answer. It needs to be following the leadership of the Spirit, understanding that while the message of Christ is unchangeable, the methods by which we do ministry are in constant flux. They have to be dynamic and not static. So I think 2023 is going to be more of getting outside the walls of the church and being the church to the community. I think all of us and many of our listeners were raised in an era where the goal was to get people to come to church.
Right. I
think what God is doing now is trying to get the church to be the church to the community. And some are going to come and join you on Sunday. Some may join you on Thursday. But the church's presence in the community and the authenticity and integrity of that as you minister to people is vitally important to the advance of God's kingdom in the year ahead.
Yeah. Good stuff. Talking to Dr. Barry Howard from Church at Wyuka. And now on a little bit lighter note, Barry, here, I see here on Wednesday the 21st, you have a Christmas talent show. So what talent will you be displaying at the talent show, Barry?
Oh, guys, you didn't tell me you were going to ask that. I wish you hadn't, because I haven't even told my wife what I'm going to be doing. One of our staff members had the idea that our church staff is going to become a handbell choir. Now, a couple of them have played handbells. A couple of us haven't picked up handbells in years. We're going to secretly be practicing for the next few weeks. So that on the 21st, the church staff is going to become a handbell choir. Now, I've been a part of a church staff quartet, and unfortunately, the music minister named us the Staff Infection. So I'm really eager to be a part of the handbell choir, as long as they don't call us the Staff Infection.
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny.
I love that.
That's what, the 21st of December, Dan? Is that what you said?
Wednesday the 21st.
On Wednesday night. It'll be a great fellowship time. It's just all in fun. We have a lot of talented people.
Dr. Barry Howard, Church at Wyuka. Check out that talent show, and who knows, a record deal may happen, because Doc is one of the handbell aficionados, and there you go. The rest will be history.
The Staff Infection. I love it.
Staff Infection. That's the person that coined that title. Are they still on staff there?
Well, it was at a previous church, but they've retired now, thankfully. But they've never lived down the giving of that name.
That's funny.
So
that's priceless. All right. So we're talking about Church at Wyuka. Check it out during the Christmas season. Well, not just the Christmas season, anytime, 2023. And always love talking to you, Doc, because I do think, and we've seen through what you've done, you guys think out of the box, and we appreciate your leadership, your passion. You've got a huge heart. Great folks there. I remember when we stopped by, I think it was for a Thankful Thursday, and that's probably been about a year ago, maybe a little more. And just precious people that you have there at Church of Wyuka, the staff, the folks that are serving oh so well. Wyuka.org is the place to go to. Doc, have a great Christmas. We look forward to hanging with you after the new year.
Great, guys. I hope you have a fun and meaningful Christmas and keep up the good work. We really appreciate you, and stop by here anytime.
Can't wait to hear how the handbell choir goes.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I'll send
Make
you a
sure there's
video.
video. Yes, please
Yeah, I'll
do.
send you a video later on.
And I may stop by a vintage record store to see if I can pick up one of those albums from the Staff Infection. You never know what you might find. Yeah. Check it out. Church at Wyuka there. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.